The sports fraternity convened at the Kampala Serena Hotel to celebrate and award excellence in Ugandan sports at the 2019 USFA Awards. The NTV Style Project's roving cameras were on location, and tonight we bring you all the style and fashion that transpired at the event. You are tuned into Uganda's unrivaled style and fashion TV show, the NTV Style Project. Welcome aboard. I am your host, Yvonne Solomon, and tonight I happen to be joined by the little stunner, Sheila Gashumba.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
And our guest for tonight, Toronto best fitness enthusiast and brand influencer, Audrey Chizito.
Hi guys, how are you doing? Nice to meet all of you, and I hope we have a good night tonight.
Well, tonight we're actually talking about sports. And speaking of sports, we know you're actually very passionate about fitness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can you engage us a bit about that?
Definitely. I definitely believe in a holistic lifestyle when it comes to sports and fitness and mental health and spirituality. I feel like all of them should be combined together to form a whole meaningful life. So definitely go to the gym, drink your water, eat your fruits and vegetables, pray to God, and also just take care of your mental health and live your best life. Why not?
Oh wow, profound and well said. Well, we can't wait to get into what we're here to do tonight, and we're starting off Andrew Kabura, who happened to be wearing Purple Rain for the night. Now, when I looked at this suit, the first thing that I loved about it is the fit of it. This to me was really impeccable fit, and I love the Ankara touch to it. I love the fact that it's very mute. It's not the Ankara that you get to see that's very, very overwhelming. Overall, I say this definitely made it to one of my best dressed gentlemen for the night.
Don't you think the print is a bit too much?
I feel like the print might have bordered on a bit too much, but the fact that it's mute and you actually get to see mute colors, I think it gets away with it.
I just like African print in general. I'm just happy that Africans are starting to show off their talent in general. So, and the fitting is perfect on him as well.
Well, like back in Toronto, do you get to see a lot of like African print like around? Do you get to see it executed in like suits and very...
See, not as much right now, but I feel like just that in general, the African culture is coming up even in Toronto. Right now, you're hearing African songs on the radio. You're seeing more African talents coming up. So it's a good time to definitely, any sort of African brand that you're bringing up, I feel like it's a good time to come up right now. It's only going to get better for us,
Following closely was the host for the night, entertainer and comedian Alex Muhanji. Now, when I look at Alex Muhanji's ensemble for the night, first of all, I want to give him props for growing style-wise, because I remember the suits that this gentleman used to wear back in the day. They're very, very appalling. But like when I look at him this time, I feel there's been a lot of improvement. I suppose he might have been wearing Purple Rain for the night. I love the fit of this suit, and I love the fact that it went unconventional with the waistcoat. A typical gentleman would have opted for a waistcoat the same color or something like really close that was not like that contrasting. One thing that I particularly like about this look is you don't get to see socks. Now that's quite tricky because it's men. Generally, Ugandans are divided about the socks on the
What do you
socks
think
rule.
about them as a guy?
Well, I personally, like for the shoes I'm wearing at the moment, you typically would not need socks.
And like we said, Alex has evolved over the years. The Alex of then and now, the fashion is changing. And also, I just love that these hosts, like we saw Andrew a few minutes ago, we're seeing Alex as well, like they respect the event, they really try to speak through fashion.
I think it's very playful, which I like, very fun.
Well, as expected, a celebrated sports journalist Patrick Kanyomozi was in attendance in the company of media personality Lucky Mbabazi. Now, when I looked at this picture, I've not had my ear to the ground for quite some time lately. I was like, are they a thing? Because, even like whenever they turned up on the red carpet, the body language was basically trying to tell people that maybe something might have been going on.
No.
But anyway, that's not what we're here for.
And isn't-
This is an okay suit. It's an okay look. I feel the African print, the trimming on the lapel was like nice, but like overall, it's not a look that's memorable for me. You know, I would not think about it. I would not, you know, I'll just look at it and forget about it right after they walked by.
both of them.
Patrick. And for Lucky, you know, now I know you guys may disagree with me on this. I love this dress in particular because for me it's very demure. I love it. I actually
And the
love.
shoes?
Yes, I just love everything. I
Everything.
love how she put it together.
Wow. Like, this lady is beautiful. Her body is banging. Like, she has such an amazing body. She has such a beautiful smile. I feel like she needs to just bring it out. Like, she's a radio personality. I always say people who are on radio need to bring their personality even off radio, because these people really love your voice. They love your radio show. They relate to you. I feel like, Lucky, there's this thing in you that you haven't yet brought out, and we need to see that. You also need to see that. You will be happy to see that. Will even make your confidence come from 100 to 200. I feel like there's this other point. But on the other side, Kanyomozi looks like he's a married man whose wife really takes care of him. He looks, you know, come on, he's aging. I grew up hearing this name. I don't know how old he is, but he still looks neat. It's rare to see people in the media, you know, industry like men. Sometimes they forget about themselves. They have to rush to, I don't know, like, I mean, you said he's a press journalist for sports. He's running up and down from one field to another, but he's still looking well kept. So kudos to the wife. Most of the time I say kudos to the wife.
I actually completely agree. I think because we were looking at the other outfit with the short pants and the no socks, that one is more fresher looking, maybe younger looking, but I feel like this is more age appropriate for his look. It's still neat, but I think it's just compared to the previous outfit, it might just not be as wow to us. They look like they make a cute couple though, I think.
But they're not dating, right?
No? No. Oh, oops.
Well, we've always been proponents for, you know, us pushing the African narrative through our own prints and everything that's, you know, indigenously African. So when I look at this ensemble and this lady, you know, for me, it is age appropriate, like you had said about Patrick earlier. But I feel like there's a lot more that she could have like done with the Ankara. Like, if it's like an event and if you're going to have like the guts or the audacity to be like on that backdrop, then you better like bring it. I feel like this to me is very lukewarm.
Yeah. She's really pretty. I really think she's so pretty. Her skin is amazing. Her haircut is really like fresh and young. The short hair is really in. But I feel like her outfit didn't flatter her body, and she just looks dull. And she's so beautiful to just look dull. I feel like this cut shouldn't have been tight. We don't know where the waist is, and yet she's really, really pretty. The necklace definitely shouldn't have been there. Like, I don't know, like, it's just really confusing.
There's something about the middle part that just doesn't sit right. Maybe the necklace should have been replaced with some sort of belt accent that might have helped cinch the waist in a little bit and just put the look all together really well. It's all right, but again, there's just something that's not flattering, that just doesn't sit right. I don't know what it is.
Moving on to PR extraordinaire Sarah Kajingo, who actually presented a couple of awards that night. Now, you know, most people who are like in the government or in politics or anywhere near it, usually most of the time are not very, like, from observation, they're not very fashionable. They're not very passionate about these things, and I feel she's no exception. All I see is like a huge boring floral skirt and just a camisole, and then what is the red flower doing in the hair?
Like, I mean,
oh my god.
I feel like,
you know, I feel like these people in these positions of power, you have access
and you have
a lot of money.
Hello.
Where does this money go?
Bring to your daughter.
No,
Let me
for
show
me,
you what to do.
this was heartbreaking for me. I feel like she's you know, she's the embodiment of a real African woman.
And
You
she's
know.
so beautiful.
Yes.
She has
so-
natural hair. She has a beautiful face, beautiful skin. I feel like she just played it too safe and too boring. The skirt is just there. It's like she's going for VD. Like, you know, those videos where they
It's
say
not
no
about the
pants.
flower.
Well, the flower is like, come on, we played with those things when I was like in P2. Why you feel like it's so cool to have this flower stuck in.
I think I look at this picture and I just, one word that comes to me is just saying auntie. I don't know. She looks like an auntie. That's what I would say. Just like something like when we were young, what our aunties would put together. Not the best outfit, definitely.
I do not know what it is with sports people and fashion, especially on the local scene here. It's like the fashion sense it leaves a lot to be desired, and this is like exactly what I'm talking about when I look at them. I first of all think the one with the long dress tried. I'll give her like maybe a point for effort, but her colleague in a midi dress, that's bodycon. Come on, it's just not.
I feel like
Yes.
it should be the other way around. Like, do these guys have the same phones like we have? I mean, do we follow the same people? Do we wake up to the same feed? You know, like style feed and fashion feed? Like this other lady with the whole. Have you seen people wearing pants when one side is black, one side is white?
Yes.
I feel like maybe that was the idea in her friend's dress. I feel like maybe this other lady in the shorter dress, maybe she tried to play it safe. I mean, she just went to a shop, bought any kind of dress, but then this other lady come on, the material is like gomesi like material down, the down one.
I think
Seriously.
it could have been a couple of inches
Actually,
longer.
You know these as like Randis, Nishanana, then Banyakole wear kind of thing, where the thing you tie around like this, that's the material is supposed to be used for that. Guys, look here closely.
You know, I actually did not look closely. I just looked at the length of it, and I'm like,
Like,
maybe,
okay.
yeah, with the sports fraternity. Sorry, Banange, people, Temlo's auntie, we are bashing you. But, you know, there has to be some effort.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch the SPs, it's like, oh my God, goals.
Goals,
Like,
yeah.
I do not know whether these people actually follow these events.
That's why I said, do we have the same
What's your
phones?
source
Do we
of
follow the same
inspiration?
people? What's your feed like? Like when these people wake up in the morning and I check my phone, what's your feed? Like your Instagram feed? Which people pop up? Are the people that pop up on Facebook inspire you to dress like this? Because the people that pop up on my social media inspire me to dress better, to change my hair color, to cut it, to do all these kind of things. So come on, guys.
Maybe one
And
could
sports.
argue that. Maybe one could argue that for you, since you're, you know, a media personality and you host on a style show, those things are very primary to you. But like for a sports person, maybe
They're not
they
as
wake up to
natural.
like say
Listen,
sports
yeah.
pages.
I feel like people
their
who
feed
are
when they wake
good
up.
with sports and all that even have but like I mean, look at her legs; they're well toned. I would wear a short skirt any day, anytime with these kind of legs. Like her arms, you get it.
Like in a nutshell, I feel this leaves a lot, you know, there's a lot to be desired when it comes to how these people perform style-wise at the event, because I've been following the USFA and it's been picking up gradually, you know, but 2 years ago it was like the organization was just not this like impeccable. I mean, this time they had Phenon events on production.
Wow.
And you know, for me, I feel like with with that kind of organization, it's befitting that the style actually also, you know, matches.
Yeah.
And for me, it's very, very heartbreaking. I mean, there's a lot of improvement needed.
I think with you guys on their tails though, I think next year there's going to be a big improvement. They're going to look at this show and they're going to be like, okay, we need to step our game up. So we'll see next year.
We'll see.
Well, we're
realistic.
definitely going to be tracking you and following your progress as the NTV Style Project. Let's take a break for now. We will be right back.
Hi, what's up? It's your girl Sheila Gashumba, and you're watching Star Project, and of course, our fabulous new amazing segment that you guys are definitely loving, the trend segment. And there's something people have been doing over the years, but it's quite popular in Uganda now, and it's becoming more trendy by the day. It's called the microblading.
Hi everybody, my name is Shari and I am the owner of this cute boutique, Shari Richie. Today we're going to be doing Sheila Goshumba's eyebrow, and that will be called microblading. Now, what is microblading? Microblading is a semi-permanent procedure that is basically me using pigment and small needles to draw hair-like strokes in the brow area. A lot of people have a lot of questions. What is microblading? Is it safe? Can I do it? Is it for everyone? Today you're going to find out, so stay tuned. Okay, so guys, the first step in microblading is making sure you understand your client's face, right? Everyone has a different face shape, face structure, bone structure, eye shape, head shape, everything. You cannot come in for microblading expecting to get someone else's eyebrows because it won't fit. Now we're going to basically map out Sheila's brows. We've already done the protection part where basically if you get the shape right, well, not basically, if you get the shape right, you'll get everything right. This is just not a stencil, but kind of like a ruler measuring tool where we make sure everything is in line, right? Because when you're drawing your eyebrows, one rule, always start in the corner, the line of your nose, and your eyebrows end the corners of your eyes, right? So that's the first easy trick. So ladies, if you're drawing your brows, always remember the beginning of your brows are here, and the end of your brows, or the tail of your brows, I'm sorry, is always at the corners of your eyes. So here and here, right? Your brow shouldn't be stopping right here. That won't look cute, all right? So now we're gonna be drawing. You have to pay close attention to the drawing, as any slight movement, anything off, measurement is off, that means once you start the microblading, it's going to be very off. You're going to have like ill-shaped eyebrows, and nobody wants that. So this is just a rough drawing basically. I'm going to be going over this probably several more times, because once I start the other side, I'm going to be comparing, erasing, going back over. That's just a rough drawing. Now I'm continuing mapping her eyebrows. So I kind of did a rough sketch of one brow. Now I'm going to make sure that the other brow that I'm drawing is exactly the same size, length, everything, so that she looks complete and not look crazy when you see her in person. So we're lining up everything, measuring like it's very, very detailed, guys. You cannot mess this part up. Once the numbing cream is applied, we wait 20-25 minutes, then we start the procedure. We don't start until the numbing cream is well and ready in her skin. And once we start the procedure, we do numbing gel throughout the entire procedure. By the time the numbing gel gets to your brows, after we've done the first set of strokes, you don't feel anything, I promise you. Sometimes when we start the procedure, there will be like certain areas that are more sensitive than other areas. So maybe you'll feel comfortable with the beginning of your brow, and then maybe some area in the middle feels a little sensitive. Now I'm going to be setting up my tools. This is the needle that I'll be using. You see how small it is? Very tiny. This small bottle of pigment, you see how small it is? Like, you see how small it is? It's $65. Right? There is a whole procedure that goes with microblading, guys, and this is just one of the things that I need, and I use several items. You understand? So for you guys who are saying it's expensive, do your research. For the second appointment, when you come for your touch-ups, basically we fill in any gaps that are there. After the 10-day healing period, then you can go back into the brow and put makeup in just to fill in any gaps until your second and last appointment. This is the final look on Sheila's face. She finally has eyebrows thanks to microblading. Again, microblading is a safe procedure. Be sure to call us, send us messages, and we'll be glad to answer all your questions. We don't just accept your money. We make sure you know all the details on the procedure that you're getting.
It is a wrap for tonight. We always appreciate you for watching the NTV Style Project as much as we appreciate you for engaging with us. Remember, you can do that by connecting with us on all our social media platforms, like our Facebook page, the NTV Style Project, and follow us on Instagram. The handle is the_Style Project. Tonight's show was shot on location at Abrams Collection, the plug for fashion forward men. Be sure to check them out for the latest in menswear at Garden City.
It's been your girl Sheila Kushumba. My hair is cut and colored by Chris from Trend Saloon. My outfit is from Gush Glam, and shoes from Gush Glam, makeup by Tish Beauty.
So Audrey, thanks again for joining us on the NTV Style Project.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun with you guys.
So what are you going to be up to?
What am I going to be up to? Traveling. In Uganda, I'm only here for 2 more days, and I'm going to be traveling. Then back to Canada, and back to health and fitness again. I've kind of been eating a little bit too much matoke recently, but back to the fitness when I get back.
Well, how can the viewers connect with you, like on social media?
Okay, my main page that I use, I guess, would be Instagram. So you can connect with me at Audrey, AUDREYY _KIZ. And that's my Instagram name. You can find me on Facebook at Audrey Kizito as well.
Kizito.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, from the crew and I,
Good night.
good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.